What is going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary. And we have an exciting guest this morning talking about an exciting and specific topic, which is don't sleep on your email list. Now, why is this so important? Well, because a lot of people think that, well, you can just, I don't know, drive traffic right from social media channels right to products. Okay. And you can. Other people think that, once you generate a lead, and if they don't buy right off the bat, then they're never going to buy ever again, right? And so Maynard this morning is going to give us his experience of how he's been able to take this elusive creature, this email list, and turn it into a profitable machine that continues to generate cash for him on an ongoing basis. Maynard, welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you for having me, Dave. Definitely. Like the email list for me, honestly, I used to not think about it, to be honest. Like I used to just, create content on social media and hope that I would make money, but that was not the case. But now that I do this, I think I don't have a lot of, comparing to other people who've already built a six-figure business, I don't think I have as many email followers, or I would say email subscribers at most of them, but mine is responsive. The reason being is I do use like a software where basically everyone inside of my email list is actually from, the top tier countries. So the US, Canada, and in New Zealand, UK, all of these countries are inside of my email list. Third world countries, they're actually not on my email list. So that's what allowed me to kind of monetize it and make sure that I'm doing. Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Finish your thought.
No. I was just gonna say, and that's why I'm doing business with people who actually are going to buy and who they can afford, the services or the products that I promote. So that's what's been a major change for me.
Well, that's interesting that you bring that up, because that was a controversial move that we as a company decided to make some years ago, was to begin to build a blocked countries list. And and this was partly because of some of our payment processors rules and regulations. But we realize that the majority of the people who, unfortunately, they want help, they want to change, but they're probably not going to buy, nor do they have the money to buy. And they oftentimes take up large percentages of your DMs, large percentages of your email list. And so, so basically your strategy has been to continue to clean your list.
Yes.
And to segment out people, subscribers from third world countries, as you described, third world countries.
Yes.
These people are not probably going to buy. They're eager. They want help. They ask a million questions, right?
Yeah.
But they're probably not going to buy.
Exactly. So, what I do basically is, if you basically look at my social media accounts, my bio, it looks like it's just one link. But it actually, if you live in the US, you click on it, it's going to take you to my funnel. But if you live in a third world country, it's going to either direct you to my YouTube channel or a free ebook. So at the end of the day, they still give value, basically.
Really? Or you've got to, that's what you were talking about with your software, the software that you're using, actually based on where people live, and they're clicking on your link.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting. What's the software? I mean, what is
it's called? It's called Click Magic. So clickmagic.com. Yeah. If you use it, and it doesn't cost a lot, to be honest. Like if you have like 100K clicks per month, that's like, I think $97, which is not a lot. I mean, because now you're doing business with people who actually are interested, and they're more likely to buy.
That's a really valuable tip, man. Like that's a really valuable tip. Like just to start this off, to show off in the first 5 minutes with bringing this kind of value right up front. I just wanted to say thanks, man. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
this is a really good topic to talk about. And I think one of the most frustrating things, excuse me, I'm still getting over a cold. One of the most frustrating things for people is having so much activity, you know, whether it be people viewing their videos, people sending them DMs, people leaving comments, people even opting into their email.
And
But then they don't buy, and it looks like it's a lot of people, but what you're saying is it's a lot of people from third world countries who are never going to buy in the first place.
Yep. I had to delete maybe 30K to 40K, or like that's an entire email list just from people from third world countries, because obviously they're renting. I'm renting a space. Well, their emails, they're renting space in. If you have your email autoresponder, you have to pay, right, for your leads. So instead of me paying for, I know it sounds really harsh, but instead of me paying for people who are not going to do business with me, why would I just keep them and send emails every single day? Not every single day, but every other day basically. So that's why I decided, what, for me honestly, I would rather have, for example, 10,000 email subscribers than have 100 who are not going to buy from me basically. So that's kind of my strategy.
So you're using a particular feature from the software, which is
yes.
clickmagic.com. Clickmagic, we're giving them a total free plug this morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big time. Clickmagic.com, and I'm sure other tracking software does this as well. I'm sure this is not proprietary to Clickmagic.
Yeah, absolutely.
But basically what this feature does is it takes and it splits and it directs people based on where they're at in the world. So if they're in a third world country, then it will send them over to your YouTube channel, or it will send them over somewhere, but you won't send them to a landing page.
Nope, exactly. So
man, bro, I mean, honestly, man, it doesn't it feel nice to just commit to something like that?
Absolutely. Like, I love it. Like, I know now for a fact that, my email list, all of them are, potential buyers. And I know for a fact, at least if they're not going to buy from me, this month or next month, I know at the end of the day, they will buy from me someday. So basically you have two links. It asks you like, what is your primary link basically? And then a backup link. So, and then you can add, the countries. So what I did honestly is I took the list of the blocked countries that you guys provide. I took all of the countries, put it into the software, and then, now all of my leads are from, the top tier countries.
That's great, bro. I mean, honestly, man, I mean, it's so, this is just such a golden moment right now, because really what you've done is you've just kind of like clarified for, I think, anybody who is promoting a specific affiliate offer. Like we have a lot of loyal affiliates, and we're super appreciative of that. And we work really hard for our affiliates, to try to keep up with all of the traffic in the sales. I mean, because as you all know, we get on Zoom with every single person that comes through.
Yeah.
And so, but to have you who is obviously promoting our product. And by the way, if you're just tuning in, that's not a requirement. It's just that Maynard happens to be, promoting products in the make money online niche. You can, all the skills and strategies that we teach will apply to any product in any niche. But to have you align your email list with the way with the countries that we accept also creates a more clear relationship between you, between the affiliate and the company, because you're not over there frustrated sending a bunch of traffic to us that we don't even accept in the first place. Right. And I think there's a lot of affiliates who are out there who are brand new, who think that all activity is good activity. So I don't want to I don't want to niche down. And I think this happens in niches as well. When we're like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm going to work in the health niche. Okay. What does that mean? Okay. There's
Weight
so
loss. Yeah.
many. Yeah. The more that they say the riches are in the niches,
Which is,
in committing to a specific group of people and then talking to them only. And I like your strategy because you are still sending people over to your YouTube channel. And a lot of times people from third world countries, even though they don't have money to spend, they
they'd
do
love.
tend to like and comment and watch a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. So it
Yeah.
is a good thing to push people to your free YouTube channel because that's where they're going to benefit the most anyways.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah, that's exactly. I mean, I haven't been doing this for long. Maybe it's been now 6 months, but that's when my business honestly took off because I used to, I get emails, obviously, from people who live, there as well. And you have to filter through. Obviously, you would have to build like a conversation. Then you would have to know where they live, and then you'd have to send them to the right place. So yeah, it's been a major change, like a game changer for me, honestly. And that's what I'm doing now on TikTok as well. And what I plan on doing on other my social media accounts as well is just to have people who I really want to work with, and they're not going to waste my time, basically.
Yeah, and I think that's a fantastic example of knowing valuing your time,
Yeah,
right? I mean, there's a difference between knowing your value, which was what I was about to say, and actually doing it, saying,
doing, yeah.
"This is my value, and I'm showing you my value by my behavior." This is your second time on the show, isn't it?
Third time, actually.
Third time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we jumped right into the meat and potatoes. We're 12 minutes in. Why don't you
Yeah.
give folks a little bit of a nutshell version of your story and what brought you here and what you were looking to get out of all this when you started?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now I live in Saudi. I used to live in the States. And basically what I used to work as an engineer. So I have bachelor's in mechanical engineering. Don't use it anymore. I'm making way more. But essentially my story was this, like most people as well. I hated my job. I was always away from home. And my job is actually not your typical job. So it's like, based on rotational schedule. So you work 6 weeks on, and then you come back home for 4 weeks, and you go back again six weeks, and you jump from one location to another, all of which are remote locations. So there's connection. And I was in that company for about 4 years. And when COVID hit, that's when I really said, you know what, I need to get out of here. Like I need to find something. That's when I went to Google, just like many people. I looked up, how to make money online. One video took me from one YouTube video to TikTok videos to essentially and eventually Instagram. And that's when I found out about Legendary. And honestly, I was afraid. So I'm gonna be honest here. When I looked at the opt-in page, so I watched basically the video sales letter, right? And then I was like, this can't be for just $7, right? And I was afraid to honestly use my credit card. So what I did instead, I know it's funny, but I got like a prepaid Visa. I just put $7 into it. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna, pay with it, see what happens. If it turns out to be a scam, right? They're not gonna be able to get my money, right? But look where I am today. It turns out it's not a scam, and it did change my life. And I'm really thankful, obviously, for Legendary. And I just actually I talked to Joanne, and I told her Legendary is like my first love because it's what really opened my eyes to this world and how you can make money from home and build an online business. So that's essentially in a nutshell my own story.
Wow, what a journey, man. What a journey.
Yes.
I know, round of applause. I mean, seriously, dude, how does that feel to be able to tell that story some couple of years later from where you were at, which was really at a crossroads between staying where you were and
Yep.
doing that for the rest of your life and really taking a hard right turn? Did you also have other pressures, family? What other things did you overcome mentally to be able to get to where you're at?
So definitely, I mean, your family there because they're used to the 9 to 5 life, and that's when my father actually said when I told him like I'm thinking about quitting my job. they all, they had that mentality. Oh, a 9 to 5 job is secured, right? Are you sure what you're doing now is gonna be here 10 years later or 20 years later, right? So I did have to obviously overcome this, but when they started to see the things that I've been able to do, money that I'm making, right now, especially my sister, she's trying to she has actually trying to learn how to make money online, and she's trying to learn affiliate marketing as well. So now that I do this as well, my brother-in-law, my brother as well, now they have, they want to start their business, not an online business, but I guess they had ideas and they want to start, but because they're afraid of obviously the society of thinking, oh, the 9 to 5 job is the safest route. I guess now that I'm doing this now, I guess they have the courage to go out there and do something for themselves now too. So that's essentially basically that's the things that I had to overcome. But yeah, that's it.
It's nice to realize that you can trust your gut, right? When I think so many of us have these intuitions about what we need to do. Like this is the decision that I need to make to not live with regret, right? We know when we need to take a leap of faith, and it's nice to follow through with something and see it work out and learn to trust yourself. And doesn't that build confidence?
Absolutely. I mean, now I'm going left and right. I'm trying to, scale my business. Now that I obviously, took the leap of faith, now I can, like if I want to, for example, which something I'm not thinking about, like if I wanted to, in the future to build, for example, like a coaching program for me, right? I would have the confidence because when I started this, I didn't have any confidence, but because I took the leap of faith, it got me here. Now I can take more risks basically now. So because I have the confidence.
Yeah. And that's exactly how the progression of the Core 4 works, is that you start out marketing somebody else's product and you solely focus on the marketing. That way you don't have to focus on all of the back end stuff. And trust me, if you get into creating digital courses, if you get into coaching, if you get into doing events live or virtual, there is more work, because not only are you marketing, but then you're delivering the actual service. And it's hard to imagine yourself doing that at the beginning, but now you sit here a couple of years later and you're like, I know exactly what that would look like. And I know that I could do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I still have not gone through the 3 other, core business models, the digital products, the coaching. I still have not gone through them because, like you said, I'm focused on affiliate marketing, but I don't know when in the future where obviously I will build, my own coaching program, but it's not something, in the near future. I don't know, maybe, 5 years later or something, or 10 years, I don't know. But I love affiliate marketing, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't need to do what you're doing. I don't need to have a team. If I want to scale my business, I would have to, but not as a product creator, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I've gone through each of the different phases, and I am more than a decade into this.
Yeah.
So there's been, I remember my first love or loves, I had one particular company. It's still around. It's called MLSP, and it's basically training for network marketers. And then I started, doing more affiliate marketing, then I eventually created my own courses and started dipping my toe into events, smaller and then larger ones. And sometimes you get a little bit of courage to be able to do that from going and speaking on somebody else's stage, or you come and guest share at one of our virtual, there's all kinds of little ways that you kind of take those small steps that lead to bigger steps. Yeah. There's a lot of opportunities strictly as an affiliate marketer to both earn a lot of money, but also improve your skills with little to no risk by doing guest appearing on people's podcasts, guest appearing in their courses, guest appearing at their events, where you can test your skills, test your presentation skills, test all of this stuff risk-free, and even get paid for it, right? I mean, you can even get paid for it because you're showing up as a guest. There's so many, but the value of just getting your brand out there, like you being here today or being here for 3 times on the show, it you know, are you much more confident today than the very first time that you came on this show?
Absolutely. 100%. I don't think I was like, if I looked at the video, the first one or the first interview I did, I would probably be like, what was I thinking? So, but now it's definitely different. Yes, it definitely, for sure. Yep.
So you went right in, and if you just are coming on live right now, Maynard dropped some email marketing absolute bombs at the beginning of this episode. What else has been something that's been a real needle mover for you? What else would you, if you could point your finger to a couple of things that were simple but they made a big change over the last year or so, what would you point to?
Okay, so in terms of email marketing, to this day, so it's been maybe now 1 year. So to this day, I still email my email list 3 times a week at the exact same time, exact same days. It's like, it's like talking to a friend. So, so it's been a year now, and I do this every single week. So I do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And basically, I send emails about my business, my life, and for example, things they're thinking, right? Like their objections, right? Like, if I live in a specific country, can I do this? If I'm old, can I do this? If I'm not a tech savvy, can I do this? So I try and cover, their objections in an email. So that's basically what I've been doing. Sending the 3 emails, every single week, 3 emails, same
Broadcast.
time. Yes, broadcast. Yes.
So when somebody gets onto your email list, you don't have a long pre-written email series. Oh,
I
you
do.
also have that. Okay.
Yep, I do. I probably have, I don't know, maybe 15, and then they start to get broadcast every single week. So three
So
broadcasts.
they're getting the email auto follow-up series.
Yep.
They're also subscribed and getting those live broadcasts Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at the same time. Okay.
Yep, that's exactly what I've been doing.
So you're just you hitting them with it's kind of like the old buy, die, or unsubscribe, right?
Exactly.
Kind of approach. And that was what I was taught when I first came into this game. It's kind of like, email with intention, and don't be afraid to be aggressive. Don't be afraid to show up in their email inbox 1 to 2 times per day.
Yeah, I heard. Honestly, I don't think I want to do that. I mean, already now 3 times a week. That's, for me, it's a lot.
Yeah. Well,
and I still
getting your follow-up series though at the beginning. So
yeah,
I'll take you back. There's an old buddy of mine in a great, great affiliate marketer, great marketing trainer, also named Dagan Smith. He just kind of retired out of the game. Just kind of, maybe he just made enough money. He just was done. I don't know, but I think he's just managing his real estate or whatever now, but wonderful marketer. And he used to send 1-2 emails per day. He had a training company called Maximum Leverage that just taught people a lot of the same stuff that, we're teaching now, but just 10 years ago. And in the morning, it would be a value email, no sales pitch. And in the afternoon, it'd be something for sale, something that he was pitching. 2 emails a day, every day.
wow.
And a lot of the marketers that I learned from coming up did the same thing. We're very aggressive emailers and still are. And I think that email is still the number one underrated and under leveraged, because most of us are under emailing.
Yeah.
Not over emailing, under emailing. And how many of you, just by show of hands in the comments, would say that you're hesitant. You don't want to bother people. You don't want to run them off, right? You don't want to offend them with sending too many emails. Maynard, did you feel like that at all at the beginning?
Absolutely. I was I was terrified, to be honest, but I was like, you know what? I think I remember this from Matt. They either buy, die, or unsubscribe. So I was like, I'm gonna go with that. But definitely, I used to email probably like every other 2 weeks. Every other 2 weeks. But then I learned that the more you do it, I said, you know what, I'm just gonna treat them as a friend, right? When you have a friend, right, you will definitely a lot. Like if you have a best friend, you're gonna talk to them every single day. If you have a second best friend, probably every other day or every week. So I kind of wanted to test it and see what happens. Basically my open rates have gone up. My clicks as well, click through rates as well have gone up. And not only that, I do clean my email list. So the people who have not opened my emails in the last 90 days, done, unsubscribed, deleted. So I clean my email list every 2 weeks.
And that's a feature. Do you use Aweber?
Yeah, I just use Aweber. Yeah, and just
you can. I just want to be clear with everybody that is a feature you can set inside of Aweber for a specific list. You can say, correct, if they do not open within 90 days, that means if they've not opened an email, and you can pick the time period, but did you say it was 90 days that you?
I just put 90. Yeah, you can pick. You definitely can pick, but as a default inside of Aweber, it's already 90 days.
Oh, so that's a default that they already have chosen for you, and you have to unchoose it.
Yep, you can. Yeah, but I just left it as 90 days is good for me.
You know what? That's like a best practice that they're kind of doing a favor for you to do that. Because the truth is that you don't want people. You pay per 1,000 or you pay per 5,000 people on your email list. Maybe you pay per 500 because they'll give you 500 subscribers for free. You can sign up for free, and so. If you have one of the big point here that if you're just tuning in, Maynard clarified a few moments ago was that you don't want people loitering. You don't want people on your email list who you're paying for them to be there, but they're not opening your emails. And so you can also save some money. Is it a big thing to obsess about? No. But you can save a little bit of money by making sure that you're regularly keeping your email list. And you've given the strategies away today. It's two very specific and very clear strategies. Using a tracking link in sending people from a company like ClickMagick, who's a simple tracking software. You might even be able to do this with Bitly, but or some other free ones, but ClickMagick is a couple of bucks per month. And what you do is you take all people who are now you used our block country list, but easy. All people essentially from, third world countries and countries that are known for internet fraud and scams and all this stuff, and just send all those people to a place that doesn't ask them for their email and doesn't put them on your email list. And then send all of the people who are from the countries that you want to do business with or who you accept, right? First world countries that where people are doing e-commerce, and send those people into your funnel to collect their email address. And then secondly, make sure that you have the feature or function active inside of your autoresponder that if somebody is not opening your emails, and you could even do it for 60 days, even 30 days. Look, if somebody's not opened your email in 30 days, they're ignoring you, or they didn't give you the right email in the first place.
Probably.
That's the other thing is people putting in fake emails and stuff like that. It's important. That's another reason to clean your list out. So, and ultimately the reason why we want good list hygiene is so we land in the inbox and not in the spam box, right, man?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And if they don't open, if you have let's say 1,000 or 2,000 people who have not opened your emails in the last 90 days, even your open rate is going to go down. and it's going to affect you as well. So that's one of the things that the reason why I did this is because obviously I want my my click-through rates up. I want my also the open rates to go up as well. If they don't open them, they're just going to go down. So that's why I like to clean my list every 2 weeks, basically.
Yeah, cool. There's some cool comments here and some questions. How much more money can you make when you do decide to create a Weber and take on the emails? Truly, how much more money can you make? Maybe she's asking when you decide to start writing emails on your own instead of looking for copy and paste emails from various places, maybe affiliate offers that you're promoting. How do you come up? You alluded to the fact that you write about your life, you write about your business. How did you initially start to come up with email ideas? And are there any things that you use that help?
I do have like a swipe file. Basically, I keep emails from even from you, Dave. Yeah. So I use them, and I just look at the emails and see. Oh, today, for example, I want to talk about my business, and I would look at this email swipe file and see. Oh, today, this person is talking about their business, right? So I just take a look at their emails, and obviously, change it to my own story, my own lifestyle. And then you don't really have to reinvent the wheel, right? I just look at the emails, get some ideas. And basically, I don't have to really think. I just look at their emails, think of what I want to say instead. And then, just obviously, make it my own. So that's, if I want to talk about my life, obviously I have to write it. It's my life, right? But in terms of business, objections, stuff like this, there's a lot of people who have already written emails. So I just look at their emails, get some ideas, and then I try to write them down.
What's your number one content creation tip? What's been something that's been helpful for you that's also been simple that you could suggest to people who may be new, afraid to get in front of the camera, or having a difficult time coming up with ideas themselves for that?
Just look at other people's, right? You don't really have to invent the wheel. Sometimes, like some days, I feel like really creative, and I make my own content ideas. Like, today I'm gonna say X, Y, and Z. Other days, I just look instead and look at my phone and scroll through social media, find what I think is going to be great. Or sometimes I even look at videos that are going viral. I try to remodel them, and a lot of times I do change the hook, because I know it works for people. Sometimes it does work for me, it even better than other people's, but other times it doesn't. But that's part of the game. So I would say just don't reinvent the wheel, right? Don't overthink it. People have already done the hardest part for you. They've already done the testing for you. So just basically look at other people's, remodel what they're doing. You don't have to copy what they're doing, just remodel what they're doing. And then and I promise you, it's a proven way to succeed. Like if their videos are going viral, chances are yours is going to go viral as well.
It's difficult to sometimes to walk the line between totally copying and more finding inspiration, sort of like an artist. But all artists, in all their creations, they take inspiration from other things, from other people, from literally looking at other people in some cases when people are painting and so forth. So listen, man, look, I want to be respectful of your time. You're also, I think, in a pretty different time zone than we are.
No, it's 6 p.m. here. It's cool.
Okay, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that we weren't into your night or into your dinner time or anything.
No. You're cool.
Nice. So what has been the most surprising thing so far in 2023? Where do you think that, 2020, you've now seen a couple of years of, the internet in kind of how fast things can change, the fact that things, oh my God, this is saturated. And it's like, oh no, it's not. And now this is hot. And what's exciting to you about 2023 that you've seen so far?
So in 2022, I put all of my efforts into Instagram. So that was my main traffic source. I did nothing else. I used to focus on TikTok. So I put all of my efforts into Instagram. And then I grew my account to over 150,000 followers. And I was able to build like a six-figure business just using Instagram. This year, I'm actually using, again, another software, which probably a lot of you guys, you probably already heard of, repurpose.io. So I use basically my content on Instagram. I just have like an automation in place. The videos that I post on Instagram automatically, without the watermark, it's posted on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Pinterest, and there's even Twitter as well if you want to. So that's going to be my main goal for this year, is to go back to the other social media accounts or social media platforms and to start to post there as well.
So with repurpose.io, does it take it, strip the watermark off it, and just automatically pump it out to all of the other platforms for you?
Yep, definitely. Exactly. That's what it does.
Yeah. Repurpose.io.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, it kind of eliminates the need to do it manually and run it through SnapTick and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I think it's like $25 a month.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, $25 a month, choose your hard, do you want to, we all,
I don't want to do it.
We all have to choose whether we want to use the drill or we want to screw every screw in by hand, and we don't fault those who want to screw every screw in by hand. I mean, shit, you're going to have a very strong forearm. That's for sure.
Yeah, I used to do it that way. Honestly, I used to go to Facebook, but it just kind of got really overwhelming. And I was just, posting for the sake of posting. Yeah. But now that I have like a strategy in place, it's different now. Well, it's an option.
Well, the strategy is really just create one
piece of content
at a time and upload it to repurpose.io, and it spits it on all the different platforms. Facebook, can you name all the platforms that you're currently having it posted onto or repurposed onto?
So Facebook now, it's a new one. TikTok, Instagram, and then Pinterest and YouTube as well. So I think 5.
You were using Pinterest.
Yeah, and Pinterest as well. So I'm trying. I mean, I know it's gonna take a while to get traction, but I mean, I'm posting already on Instagram, so I just might as well just post it somewhere else too. But I do check, like I do look if I have comments as well. But most of my efforts now into Instagram and TikTok, because I've already I have like 20,000 followers on TikTok, just starting to post again. So
interesting. So are you going live at all? Do you do anything else besides?
So I used to go live on Instagram every single day except Friday. So, and then I was like, you know what? But now, because I get a lot of DMs, a lot of comments. So I spend a lot of time in the DMs, where I basically, build communications and talk to people. So now I go live like one time a week, basically.
I got you. Yeah. So did you feel like going live every day was not picking up steam for you at the moment?
No, absolutely. It did help me a lot. A lot of people, like some people I knew them by name, by the username, because they come along like every single day. I can see them. But it just, I felt like, there's things that I have to do in my business first before I go live. And I do have, that's what I've been talking about, a community. I do have a Facebook group where I basically, do like weekly live coaching calls. I do the weekly trainings as well. So, because I know these people are going to buy they're interested, right? And I know there is a lot of people who are interested, like when I go live, but again, a lot of them are not interested. They're just, asking questions, and they're probably not going to take action. Right. But it definitely did help. Like when I used to go live, it did help, especially if you go live every day. When you do like weekly live coaching calls, when you do like trainings, you're more confident. And obviously, I'm more confident now that I'm talking here as well. It's because I go live too.
Yeah, I mean, there's no substitute for just pressing go live, having a plan, but saying, I'm gonna fail forward through this. I'm gonna
Yeah.
learn this skill. And you will be surprised by how quickly each one of you pick it up when you actually commit to just learning
Yeah. Yeah.
and doing it. It's just like anything. It's just like riding a bike. It's just like learning to walk. All of the most difficult things that you've already done in life, you've already done them.
Yeah.
This is just, it feels scarier than it actually is. It's really one of the most safe things that you can do, because as long as you don't put yourself out there and give your credit card away and your social security away in the DMs to the person, right? I mean, protect
Yeah.
your identity and but this, you're at home usually holding a camera in a safe place, not getting in a vehicle, not driving on a highway, not being in a strange building somewhere far away where a lot of other people are gathering. There's a lot of, it's actually much safer, but for some reason, because it's new, it feels so scary to people. And
Yep.
it's really not. I wanted to give some attention to a question about, how much money are you making? So we don't really talk about money a lot on the show and kind of in this company, because we don't want to be making income claims and be putting ourselves in some sort of a difficult position where we're making it seem like success is easy. But some of the income is extraordinary, that a lot of people inside of this community are earning. We'll give the disclaimer right up front that most people who buy any how-to products don't get any results at all, like many things. But what kind of money are you making? I mean, how has this changed your life financially? If you could just give some sort of an idea for the people who are wondering,
Absolutely.
hey, are you really making any money doing this?
Yeah. Absolutely. So when I started out, I started in mid March. In March, I really didn't touch the challenge for probably 2 months. I've gone through not the challenge, the challenge in May. Finished it, got the blueprints, and then I started to go really hard in August. And then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna quit my job, and then I started to put all of my effort into this. So last year, okay, I'm allowed to say a number, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So last year I've made over $100,000 from Legendary, and other products as well. The other basically stream of income products as well. So I've made $100 plus, 1,000 or two. So that's what I've been able to. That's for last year.
Nice. So over six figures.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And again, I rarely have people talk about their income, and I didn't actually know the answer to that question, so it wasn't like it was a teed up thing. But there's a lot of people who are on this show who have made much more than that, right?
Yep.
On a regular basis. But we don't talk about money here so much because, again, we don't want to I don't, as the CEO of this company, I don't. It's important that
Yep.
I don't set an expectation that this is easy, or that every single person that comes in is going to, go off and make six figures. But folks, you know, um, I just want to just invite you to just understand that people are not wasting their time doing this.
Nope.
People are not wasting their time doing this. I mean, we're all really busy adults. All the people that you see on this show got really, really important things to do with their time, and they wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't worth it. And so I invite you to realize that the skepticism that you have about things may be the very thing that's holding you back.
You back. Yep.
That skepticism that you think that, everything's always a trick or everything's always a game, or just because you've had a bad experience with such and such in the past that we're all like that, right? That's a very, very limited perspective of the world. That's a very, very limited perspective of the world. And that skepticism may be the very thing that's holding you back. And I don't talk about income out on the internet because I don't want to hurt people's feelings, quite honestly. I mean, my life is beyond my wildest dreams, right? And why? Because of hard work. And when you got it, you ain't gotta flaunt it. You ain't gotta push it down people's throats. The majority of people who are out there yipping and yapping about all that they got probably don't really actually got a lot, you know?
Yep.
And so if you're feeling skeptical, that's okay. That's important because our we have natural defense mechanisms to help protect us in scary or unsafe situations. But this isn't one of those situations. I think for me, I realized, and it was one of the most profitable discoveries I ever made, was that I'm my own worst enemy. I mean, all of my limitations I've placed on myself, or quite frankly, a friend or a family member has placed on me unknowingly, right? And so I've really had to walk through a lot of my own skepticism as well to get to where I'm at. And I invite all of you to do the same thing. Thanks for sharing that with us. And I do want to bring this in for a landing because I've got a busy Monday, and I'm excited. I'm inspired to have connected with you.
Absolutely. Me too, man.
Like get an update about how you're doing. And it's amazing to, even for people listening, to be able to go back and watch your previous 2 episodes and watch your journey. Can you just express how it feels to have accomplished what you have, and also what do you hope for people who are in the same place that you were when you were coming in to this whole journey in the beginning? What do you hope for them? So how do you feel about what you've accomplished, and what is your wish for those who are sitting in the same seat that you were when you got started?
So, I mean, just believe in the process. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't believe in the process until, I mean, I believed in myself, and and said, you know what, I'm gonna put everything, like all of my effort into this. If it doesn't work, it's not gonna work. At least I tried. But what if it does work? So I just believed in the process. I believed in myself, and especially when you get that first sale, then your belief system really, you believe it even higher. You put more actions into it, and obviously the more actions you put, chances are you will make more sales as well. So just believe in the process and know that if I can do it, and a lot of people who are on the show, like they come on the show, they've been able to do it, then you can absolutely do it if you just believe in yourself and in the process.
Yeah, that's a great point, because you can believe in yourself, but not in the process, and it doesn't work. And we see it all the time. Like everybody's trying to get a shortcut, and
Yep.
that was one of the biggest discoveries for me, both, at so many points in my life, was, damn, my best thinking got me right where I'm at right here. You know what I mean? So I need help. Like I need somebody else's perspective. And it's not embarrassing. It's not humiliating. It's actually a leadership quality to say, hey, you know what? I understand that I'm a human being who is on this planet with 8 billion other people. I don't know it all. There's some other people who, if I'm choosy about who I pick, and I'm choosy about who I listen to, but I got to decide to listen to somebody. And if I listen to them, then I might just get somewhere where I've never been, because again, my best thinking got me right where I was at when I needed help too. When I was looking to get out of my job and I did not know how, when I was looking to stop doing network marketing and chasing friends and family, and I did not know how. I did not know how to stop doing that. I could not come up with those strategies and that marketing knowledge until I went and learned it from somebody else. And it's like, I think it's that was a great point about believing in yourself, but also believing in a process. Because, and if you can't believe in this process, go somewhere and believe in the process and fully commit to it, because it's kind of like recovery. Like I got clean from from drugs and alcohol 14 years ago. And I had a crippling heroin addiction, man. I mean, it was the ultimate, like, difficult
Yeah,
decision
addiction.
in addiction, and to actually go through the withdrawal and get clean. But I committed to a 12-step process, a process that had been around since the I believe 40s. Guy named Dr. Bob and Mr. Bill, or right? I mean, these guys came up with a thing, and it's helped millions of people get sober and alcohol. And I thought, who am I to think that this can work for thousands of people, millions of people, but it can't work for me. I'm so unique,
Yeah.
And when I committed to that process, it changed my life. So it's such a great point. Maynard, brother, you're a gem. You're a real gem. Thanks for your time today, man.
Thank you for having me.
Do a number 4 here in the next couple of months, if you'd be willing to come back.
Absolutely. Would happy to do it, man. Would happy to do it.
Nice. My best to you, your family.
Thank you.
Be legendary, my brother, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.
See you. All right, my friends, there you have it. Wow, what a powerful conversation, and just nugget after nugget from Maynard. You've got his handle up here. I wanna point something out. His TikTok and Instagram handle is Dream Into Reality, but it's misspelled. Reality's misspelled. It's okay. I want to spell it out for you in case you're listening. It's Dream, DREAMINTOREAILTY. Okay. And that way you can go and connect with him and add him as part of your support group in your legend circle. My friends, Dave Sharpe signing out. Have a wonderful Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode. Continue through the challenge if you're brand new, or back through if you're restarting. And if you're in the blueprints, my friends, get started. Dive in. This information will change your life. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another one. Peace.